Hello everyone, this is your friend Naruto Fix, and we are back with another epic What If Naruto fanfic. Which is, what if Naruto walked away from Hinata and fell in love with multiple women, part 2. If you love Naruto fanfics, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the journey with me. So, let's start the fanfic. The morning sun bathed Konoha in golden light, but the village felt anything but peaceful for Naruto. After the events of part 1, whispers, stares, and pointed glances followed him wherever he went. Everyone seemed to know about the hilltop confrontation, Temari's hand in his, and the confessions from Sakura and Ino. Naruto brushed it off outwardly, pretending to train, to patrol, to act like everything was normal. But inside, his chest felt heavy, and his thoughts were a constant storm. He was being pulled in all directions, his heart caught between loyalty, love, and the fear of hurting the people who mattered most. At the training grounds, he found Temari waiting. She leaned against a post, her fan resting beside her. Unlike part 1, she didn't rush toward him or speak first. Her presence alone made Naruto's heartbeat quicken. "You're late," she said, voice calm but teasing. I was thinking," Naruto replied, trying to steady himself. "About everything." Temari's eyes narrowed. "Thinking, or avoiding?" Naruto rubbed the back of his neck. "Maybe both." Temari stepped closer, her gaze sharp, but there was a softness beneath it. "Naruto, you can't run from this forever. The longer you wait, the more complicated it gets. Sakura, Ino, they won't just sit around. And now, after what happened on the hill, they're waiting for you to make a choice. Whether you're ready or not." Naruto's stomach twisted. "I know, I don't want to hurt anyone." Temari smirked faintly. "Then stop hiding. The only way not to hurt anyone is to be honest. And you're finally starting to realize that, aren't you?" Naruto swallowed hard. "Yeah, but I don't even know where to start." "Start with me," Temari said simply. She extended her hand. "I'm done waiting. I'm done pretending I don't care about what comes next. If you want me in your life, Naruto, decide." Naruto hesitated. His hand hovered over hers. Every instinct in him screamed yes, but at the same time, he thought of Sakura and Ino, the pain in their eyes. The night before, could he choose without causing a storm? Could he choose at all? Before he could answer, a familiar voice broke through the tension. "Decide already. You're lucky, Naruto, I don't usually miss a chance to make you pay for this." Quote, Sakura appeared at the edge of the training grounds, her face flushed, eyes blazing with anger and emotion. Behind her, Ino stepped into view, lips pressed together, fists clenched. "You two, what are you doing?" Naruto asked, panic rising in his chest. "Watching," Ino said coldly. "And waiting for you to make a decision you've been avoiding. I warned you, Naruto. You can't keep everyone guessing forever." Sakura took a deep breath. "We're done hiding how we feel. You can't play with our hearts anymore." Temari shifted slightly, stepping between Naruto and the two girls, her hand still lightly touching his arm. "Back off. He'll answer, not you. And I'm not here to be told how to act." Naruto's head spun. He had faced countless enemies, countless impossible missions, but this emotional battlefield, was unlike anything else. He could feel the tension radiating off all three women. Each of them loved him fiercely. Each of them wanted him completely. And each of them was waiting for him to choose. I need a moment," Naruto stammered. He turned away, walking a few steps to clear his head. The wind whipped around him, carrying with it the scent of the grass and dirt of the training grounds. Temari followed silently, her presence calm but steady. "You're scared," she said quietly. "And that's okay. But hiding won't help. You have to face this, all of it. Don't let fear rule you." Naruto nodded, taking a deep breath. "I know, how do I do it without hurting anyone?" Temari smiled softly. "You don't. Not completely. But you can be honest. And that's the first step." The four of them, Naruto, Temari, Sakura, and Ino, stood there in silence, the weight of unspoken words pressing down. The tension was nearly unbearable. But for Naruto, it was also the clearest moment he had ever had. He could feel his heart pulling in multiple directions, but for the first time, he acknowledged it fully. Then, unexpectedly, a sudden alarm blared across the village. A mission alert. Bandits had infiltrated the outskirts near the border. All four of them immediately shifted into mission mode. "This isn't over," Temari whispered, her hand briefly squeezing his before letting go. "But right now, survive. Then we deal with the rest." Naruto nodded, feeling a surge of resolve. The emotional chaos could wait for a few hours. Now was the time to fight, not just for the village, but for everyone he cared about. The four of them ran toward the outskirts, their movements synchronized yet charged with the undercurrent of unresolved tension. Naruto's mind raced. How could he possibly face the bandits while also navigating the storm of his heart? Could he protect them all? Could he finally figure out his feelings? The sun dipped lower, painting the sky in shades of orange and crimson. Naruto clenched his fists. This was just the beginning. For the storm of hearts, the storm of rivalry, the storm of love, it was far from over. But Naruto Uzumaki was ready to face it, head on, no matter the cost. 9:20 seconds, 4:08 p.m., Vivavit, the outskirts of Konoha were quiet, almost too quiet. Naruto, Temari, Sakura, and Ino arrived at the edge of the forest where the bandits had been reported. The wind rustled through the trees, carrying an uneasy stillness. "Stay alert," Naruto whispered, his hand resting instinctively on his kunai. The weight of responsibility pressed down, not just for the mission, but for the delicate balance of emotions surrounding him. Temari moved beside him, her eyes scanning the horizon. "I'll cover the flanks," she said, her tone steady but commanding. Her proximity made Naruto acutely aware of her presence, the subtle warmth, the confidence, the unspoken connection they had shared moments ago. Sakura and Ino took positions slightly ahead, their chakra flaring faintly as they prepared for the confrontation. Naruto's chest tightened. He could feel the tension radiating off both of them. The jealousy simmered just beneath the surface, sharp enough to cut, yet restrained by discipline and Suddenly, a rustle in the trees. A figure burst forward, a bandit wielding a massive club. "Got him!" Naruto shouted, charging. Rasengan in hand, he collided with the bandit, spinning him away from the girls. Temari launched her fan with precise force, knocking another assailant into a tree. Her chakra-enhanced wind carried deadly speed and accuracy, forcing the bandits to retreat slightly. Sakura and Ino moved in tandem, their coordination perfect, a deadly dance fueled by years of training and rivalry. Each strike, each jutsu, perfectly calculated to keep the enemy at bay while protecting Naruto and each other. Despite the danger, Naruto couldn't ignore the swirling emotions around him. He caught a glance from Sakura, her green eyes burning with intensity, a silent challenge mixed with undeniable care. Then Ino, her lips pressed tight, her blue eyes almost daring him to acknowledge her fists ready to strike anyone who got too close. And then Temari, calm but fierce, her gaze locking onto him for a brief second, grounding him amidst the chaos. Naruto realized something vital. This was more than a mission. It was a crucible, not just for fighting skill, but for heart, trust, and connection. He ducked another strike, spinning to land behind a bandit, delivering a heavy kick. "Stay sharp," he called, feeling the rhythm of battle sync with the rhythm of emotions tangled around him. A sudden explosion to their right sent leaves and dirt flying. Ino had unleashed a chain of chakra threads, taking down multiple bandits at once. Sakura followed with a precise, high-impact punch, sending another assailant crashing into a rock. Naruto's eyes flicked between them, heart hammering, not from the danger, but from the raw passion, the energy, the care behind each move. Every strike, every defensive maneuver, screamed their feelings without words. Temari's fan sliced through the air, wind gusts scattering bandits, forcing them into retreat. She moved fluidly, never breaking form, her eyes occasionally flicking to Naruto. For a heartbeat, time seemed to pause, just the two of them, the intensity of battle surrounding them, yet a bubble of shared understanding and unspoken words between them. Naruto's chest tightened. He wanted to reach out, to say something, but the world demanded focus. "We're not done yet," he shouted, rallying the group. The remaining bandits regrouped, circling them with snarls and weapons raised. Naruto gritted his teeth. Everyone, together, they launched a coordinated assault. Naruto spun, creating Rasengan vortexes, deflecting attacks while protecting the girls. Sakura combined strength with precision, delivering punishing strikes. Ino manipulated chakra threads, her control flawless, binding enemies and setting them up for follow-up attacks. Temari's wind sliced and swept, the precision of a seasoned warrior. Amidst the chaos, Naruto caught fleeting glances, Sakura's subtle smile as a bandit fell, Ino's tense exhale, Temari's unwavering gaze. Each of them, in their own way, silently telling him they trusted him, relied on him, and expected him to be honest with himself. The battle ended as abruptly as it had begun. Bandits fled into the forest, leaving the 4 shinobi standing among broken branches and scorched earth. Heavy breaths, bruised arms, and dirt-covered faces, yet a strange, unspoken energy hummed between them. Naruto lowered his hands, eyes meeting Temari's first. "Thanks," he said softly. His heart pounded, not just from the fight, but from her proximity, her presence, the way she had silently steadied him. Temari's hand brushed against his arm lightly. "Don't thank me yet," she said, smirk returning. This was just the warm-up. Sakura stepped forward, voice firm but softer than during battle. "Naruto, I need you to know, no matter what happens, I'm not stepping aside. Not for anyone." Ino followed, gaze unwavering. "Me neither. This isn't a game. You can't run from this. We're serious." Naruto's head spun, emotions clashing inside him. He felt drawn to all 3, Temari's calm strength, Sakura's fiery determination, Ino's fierce loyalty. Each of them left marks on his heart that he could no longer ignore. The sun began to set, casting long shadows over the battlefield. Naruto looked at all 3, his chest tight with emotion, yet a spark of determination ignited. I hear you all," he whispered. I don't have all the answers yet, but I promise, I won't hide any more. Not from myself, not from any of you." For a heartbeat, silence hung, thick and charged with tension. Then Temari smiled faintly, Sakura's eyes softened, and Ino's fists relaxed just slightly. It wasn't over, not even close, but Naruto had taken the first step, honesty. And in the fire of battle, amidst jealousy, rivalry, and passion, that honesty was the strongest weapon he had. The night sky stretched above Konoha, endless and silent. And somewhere deep inside, Naruto realized, he was ready. Ready for the storm, ready for the challenges of the heart, ready to face the consequences of love. Because this was no longer just a fight for the village. This was a fight for hearts. And Naruto Uzumaki, for the first time, was fully awake to it. Checkmark Part 2 Car first approximately 4K words complete. Mission plus combat seemed to add action. Emotional and romantic tension max between Naruto, Temari, Sakura, Ino. Naruto's internal struggle, honesty, growth emphasized. Set up for next escalation, jealousy, confessions, choices. 9:20 seconds, 4:09 p.m. Vivavat. ... The aftermath of the battle left the outskirts of Konoha quiet, almost eerily so. The bandits had fled, but the tension among the 4 shinobi remained thick, heavier than any combat they had faced. Naruto's chest still raced, his palms still tingling from the residual chakra. And yet, the weight pressing on him wasn't from exhaustion, it was from the storm of emotion swirling around him. Temari stepped beside him, her eyes sweeping the battlefield. "You handled that well," she said, her tone calm but with a subtle edge. "But don't think the storm ends here. You've got 3 hearts depending on you now, Naruto." He exhaled, his gaze flicking from Temari to Sakura and Ino. Both girls stood a few paces away, their postures tense, eyes locked on him with unrelenting intensity. Naruto felt his throat tighten. He knew they wanted him to choose, or at least, to acknowledge them, but he wasn't ready. Sakura took a tentative step forward, her voice quivering but firm. "Naruto, we can't keep pretending anymore. I need you to hear me. I love you. I've loved you for years, and I can't keep it inside." Quote. Ino's blue eyes burned with similar intensity. "Me too. I've fought with you, for you, beside you. And now, I need you to stop avoiding us. You can't have it both ways, don't act like our feelings don't matter. Quote. Naruto's heart pounded. He opened his mouth, but no words came. Before he could even think, Temari moved slightly, stepping closer to him. Her hand brushed his arm lightly, grounding him. Enough of this posturing, Temari said, her voice firm. You all need to hear him. Not just me. Not just your rivalries. He's standing right here. Naruto blinked, panic rising. This was it, the moment he had been dreading. Yet, as he looked at the three women before him, their eyes brimming with raw emotion, he realized something profound. He couldn't anymore. Not from them, not from his feelings, not from himself. He drew a shaky breath. I don't know if I can choose right now, he admitted. But I need you to understand, I care about all of you. Each of you, in ways I can't explain yet. And I want to be honest. No running, no hiding. Sakura's eyes widened, tears glimmering. Ino's jaw tightened, but the tension in her shoulders eased slightly. Temari's gaze softened, her hand squeezing his arm for a fleeting moment. For the first time, silence hung in the air, not awkward, but heavy with anticipation. Naruto took another deep breath, feeling the weight of honesty settle over him. I don't want to hurt anyone, he continued. But I also can't lie anymore. I love you all. And I want to figure this out, together. If you'll let me. Time seemed to freeze. Sakura blinked, tears streaming freely down her face, a mixture of relief and astonishment. Ino's lips trembled, but her eyes softened with understanding. Temari's hand lingered near his, a small, almost imperceptible nod of approval. Naruto's heart raced, but for the first time, he felt a flicker of peace. He wasn't running. He wasn't hiding. And though the path ahead would be messy, chaotic, and full of challenges, he was ready to face it. Temari stepped forward, breaking the silence. That's all I needed to hear, she said softly. We'll figure this out, Naruto. But understand, it won't be easy. Hearts don't follow the rules of battle. They're messier, and they demand honesty, trust, and courage. Sakura wiped her tears, her voice steadier now. Then we'll try. Together. Ino finally exhaled, her eyes glinting with renewed determination. Yeah, together. But you better not mess this up, Naruto. Naruto chuckled nervously, feeling the tension lift slightly. I won't. I'll try my best. The four of them stood there, the night sky above them stretching endlessly, the village below quiet but alive. And in that moment, Naruto realized that love, like a true battle, wasn't about strength alone, it was about heart, courage, and honesty. And for Naruto Uzumaki, the real fight was just beginning. 9:20 seconds, 4:10 p.m., Vivavat, the village outskirts were quiet once more, but the storm inside Naruto's chest was far from over. The bandits had fled, yet the four shinobi remained, standing among broken branches and scattered leaves. The weight of unsaid words pressing down on them. Temari stepped closer to Naruto, her fan tucked against her back. You've said it, she whispered, her voice soft but steady. Now prove it. Before Naruto could react, Sakura's hand shot out, gripping his arm. Prove it. Don't you dare lean on words alone. Actions matter too. Her green eyes blazed with emotion, a mix of frustration, love, and desperate hope. Ino moved at the same time, stepping beside Sakura, fists clenched. Yeah, you've got three people giving you everything, don't even think about waffling now. Naruto froze, his mind racing. He had faced countless enemies, wars, even life-threatening missions, but nothing had prepared him for this. Hearts weren't something you could defeat with strength or strategy. Yet, he knew one thing clearly, he couldn't let any of them down. Wait, Naruto shouted, holding up his hands. I'm not ignoring you. I want to handle this right. Temari placed a hand on his shoulder, her teal eyes locking with his. And the right way isn't running or hiding. It's being here, facing it, facing us. No games. Naruto swallowed, his heart pounding. I care about all of you. I love all of you, but I don't want anyone to get hurt in the process. Sakura's voice cracked, fierce but trembling. Naruto, you think this is easy for us too. Every second you hesitate, it feels like a knife twisting in our hearts. Ino's voice was sharp. Yeah, don't think we're weak or that we'll just step aside because you can't decide. Temari stepped slightly forward, narrowing her eyes. Then don't decide. Not yet. But don't act afraid either. Be real, all of you. Naruto's chest heaved. He took a deep breath, finally meeting each of the gazes. The battle outside had been chaotic, but this was a different kind of battlefield. And unlike any fight he had faced, the stakes weren't his life, they were hearts. Before anyone could respond, a sudden rustling in the trees alerted them. Another group of bandits, or worse, was approaching. Naruto's instincts kicked in immediately. Everyone, positions. Temari whirled her fan, wind gusts slicing through the underbrush. Flanks are covered. Don't underestimate them. Sakura and Ino moved into position with deadly precision. Chakra flared around their hands and fists as they prepared for the oncoming fight. Naruto gritted his teeth, ready to protect not only the village but the people who meant everything to him. The bandits charged, and the battle erupted. Naruto spun, Rasengan at the ready, taking down the closest enemies. Temari's wind cut through the forest, scattering attackers with surgical precision. Sakura's fists struck like hammers, Ino's chakra threads ensnared foes, controlling the battlefield with perfect synergy. Even in the chaos, Naruto couldn't ignore the tension simmering around him. Every glance, every movement, carried emotions beyond the fight. Sakura's fierce attacks were almost a silent declaration of love. Ino's precision, a challenge to Temari for his attention. Temari's calm confidence, a steady anchor amidst the storm. During a brief pause in the fight, Naruto caught Temari's gaze. She raised an eyebrow, a small smirk playing on her lips, as if to say, "Don't falter now." He felt his chest tighten, more from the closeness and the unspoken connection than from exertion. Suddenly, a bandit lunged at Sakura. Naruto reacted instinctively, throwing a Rasengan to intercept the strike, saving her. Sakura stumbled back, heart racing, eyes locking with his. For a fleeting moment, words were unnecessary. Their unspoken bond had been proven in action. Ino, seeing the moment, clenched her fists, feeling a sharp pang of jealousy. Her lips pressed together, eyes flicking to Naruto and Temari. Temari noticed, her gaze narrowing, a silent challenge in her eyes. The fight continued, adrenaline mixing with the emotional storm. Naruto's chest burned, not just from combat, but from the intensity of feelings pulling him in all directions. Every attack, every defensive move, was a testament to his care, his love, his desperation to balance the chaos of hearts around him. Finally, the last bandit fell, retreating into the forest, leaving the four shinobi panting, bruised, and standing amidst the remnants of battle. The forest was silent now, but the tension between them was palpable. Naruto exhaled deeply, his gaze sweeping over them. We made it. We survived. Together. Temari stepped closer, her hand brushing against his arm, grounding him. And that's how it'll be. Survive the chaos, together. But, hearts aren't easy to protect, Naruto. Remember that. Sakura wiped sweat and tears from her brow, voice soft but firm. We'll survive too. But don't hide from us anymore. Quote. Ino's glare softened, yet still fiery. Yeah, no more running. You owe us that much. Naruto's chest tightened, but a small, determined smile crossed his face. I won't run. Not anymore. The night sky stretched above Konoha, endless and silent. Yet beneath the stars, amidst the quiet aftermath of battle, four hearts beat in a storm of love, rivalry, and unspoken promises. And Naruto Uzumaki knew, this was only the beginning. The battles for the village were simple compared to the battles of the heart. 9:20 seconds, 4:10 p.m., Vivavat, the village square was unusually busy that evening. Merchants called out, children ran past, and the sun dipped low behind the rooftops, casting long shadows over the cobblestones. But Naruto's focus wasn't on the village, it was on the meeting that awaited him. Sakura, Ino, and Temari had all insisted on meeting him publicly, in a place where their emotions and expectations could not be ignored. Naruto's chest tightened. The idea of facing them all in front of villagers was terrifying. He had faced rogue ninjas, deadly jutsu, even life-threatening missions, but nothing compared to this. He arrived at the square to find them waiting. Sakura's hair glimmered in the sunset, Ino's blue eyes locked on him with intensity, and Temari's teal gaze was both calm and unyielding. Each of them radiated a mixture of expectation, love, and fiery jealousy. Finally, Temari said, her voice firm, cutting through the hum of the crowd. "You've kept us waiting long enough. It's time to face the truth. No excuses." Sakura stepped forward. "Naruto, we can't live in your shadows anymore. You've said you care, but words aren't enough. Show us who you really are." Ino's voice added a sharp edge. "Yeah, stop hiding behind, I care about all of you, and actually make us understand. What do you want? Who do you want?" Naruto's chest tightened. He wanted to answer, but any choice could shatter hearts. His fingers dug into his fists. He wanted to speak, to explain, but words felt inadequate. Temari stepped closer, brushing lightly against his arm. "Then speak anyway," she said softly, her voice firm. "No running, no hiding." The crowd around them had started to notice the tension, whispering as they watched the four shinobi stand in silence, the air heavy with anticipation. Naruto exhaled, taking a shaky step forward. I care about all of you. I love all of you. And I don't know how to choose yet." His voice cracked, trembling, raw. "But I can't hide anymore. I won't run. Not from my feelings. Not from you." Sakura's green eyes glistened with tears. "Naruto," she whispered, stepping closer. Ino's blue gaze softened slightly, though her jaw remained set. "Finally, some honesty." Quote. Temari's hand lingered on his arm. "This is just the start. You'll need more than words to prove it, Naruto. But this is real." The tension in the square was palpable. Villagers whispered, some stepping back, giving them space, sensing the storm of emotion unfolding before them. Naruto swallowed, heart hammering. I can't promise all the answers yet. But I promise, I'll be honest. I'll face this, all of you, together." For a heartbeat, silence hung in the air. Then Sakura stepped forward, placing a hand gently on his shoulder. "That's enough for now. Just, don't run from us anymore." Ino exhaled, lowering her fists. "Yeah, and don't play games. Be real." Temari nodded. "Then we move forward. But remember, honesty isn't just words. It's actions, decisions, and courage. You have all three hearts now, Naruto. Don't fail them." Naruto felt a wave of relief mixed with fear. Relief because he had finally spoken the truth, fear because the journey ahead was uncertain, chaotic, and full of potential heartbreak. But for the first time, he felt a spark of hope. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village. Naruto looked at the three women before him, Sakura, Ino, Temari, and felt the weight of their love, their trust, their challenges. He realized that this wasn't just about choosing, it was about navigating the storm of hearts with care, honesty, and courage. As night fell, Naruto exhaled deeply, feeling the weight lift slightly. He wasn't alone anymore. He wasn't hiding. And though the path ahead would be messy, emotional, and full of trials, he was ready to face it. Because this was no longer just a battle for the village, or a fight against enemies. This was a battle for hearts. And Naruto Uzumaki, messy, chaotic, determined, and in love, was ready. 9:20 seconds, 4:11 p.m. Vivavat, the morning sun broke over Konoha, casting golden light on the village that never truly slept. Naruto woke early, his mind already racing. Last night's public confession and confrontation had changed everything. The air around him seemed charged with anticipation, as though the village itself sensed the storm brewing in his heart. Temari was already up, standing on the balcony of the temporary mission quarters. Her teal eyes scanned the horizon, calm but alert. Naruto joined her, rubbing his eyes and taking in the view. "Morning," Temari said, her voice soft but tinged with seriousness. "You've got a lot to think about today." Naruto exhaled, running a hand through his messy hair. "Yeah, I know. I can't stop thinking about all of them. Sakura, Ino, and you." Temari smirked faintly, her fan resting lightly against her back. You're not running, right? No, Naruto said firmly, meeting her gaze. Not anymore. I have to face this, all of it. Even if it's messy. Even if it hurts. Temari nodded, as if approving of his determination. Good, but be ready, today isn't just about hearts. There's a mission waiting for us. Bandit activity near the land of waves. High stakes, and you'll need all your focus. Naruto's chest tightened, not just from the thought of danger, but from the fact that Sakura and Ino would also be joining. The thought of navigating his feelings while fighting alongside them made his stomach twist. The mission briefing was tense. The Hokage had called them in personally, emphasizing the importance of the mission. Bandits had been raiding villages near the borders, and intelligence suggested they were preparing for a major attack. Naruto, Temari, Sakura, and Ino were assigned as the main response team. As they prepared, the tension between them was palpable. Naruto could feel it, sharp as a blade. Sakura's eyes lingered on him with unspoken intensity, Ino's posture screamed challenge, and Temari's calm confidence was a silent reminder of the promise they had all witnessed last night. The journey to the outskirts was quiet at first. Each of them focused on the mission, but the air was thick with anticipation, jealousy, and unspoken words. Naruto stole glances at each of them, feeling his heart tug in multiple directions. Focus, Naruto, Temari whispered, noticing his distracted expression. The mission won't wait for you to sort out your feelings. He nodded, straightening his posture. I know. The forest ahead was dense, shadows stretching across the ground. As they moved in, Naruto's senses heightened. The smell of wet earth, the distant call of birds, and the faint rustle of leaves all signaled potential danger. Suddenly, a bandit ambush erupted. Figures leapt from the trees, weapons glinting. Naruto reacted instinctively, raising gun at the ready. Temari spun her fan, wind gusts slicing through the attackers. Sakura's fist struck with precision, Ino's chakra threads ensnared enemies, and Naruto coordinated attacks with split-second decisions. Even amidst battle, the tension between the teams simmered. Every glance, every brush of hands, every protective movement was layered with unspoken emotion. Sakura's attack was both deadly and fiercely personal, Ino's strategy seemed almost competitive, and Temari's calm efficiency reminded Naruto why his heart felt so conflicted. At one point, Naruto found himself defending Temari from a sudden strike, their eyes locking mid-fight. The world seemed to slow, their connection undeniable even in chaos. His chest tightened, not from exertion, but from the realization of what he felt. Nearby, Sakura's gaze flared with jealousy, and Ino's fists clenched. Both of them noticed the moment, and their eyes communicated a mixture of frustration, longing, and fierce affection. The battle raged on, each bandit falling under the combined force of the four shinobi. Naruto's heart pounded, not just from combat, but from the intensity of emotions intertwining with the fight. Every strike, every dodge, every shared glance carried meaning beyond the mission. Finally, the last bandit fell, disappearing into the forest shadows. Naruto, Temari, Sakura, and Ino stood among broken branches and disturbed earth, breathing heavily, their faces flushed with exertion and emotion. Everyone okay? Naruto asked, voice tense. Temari's eyes met his. I'm fine. But, you've got a lot to sort out. Sakura stepped closer, her green eyes shimmering. Yeah, you better. Because hearts aren't as forgiving as bandits. Quote. Ino's gaze softened slightly, though still fiery. Exactly. You can't ignore this anymore. Naruto exhaled, feeling the weight of their words and the storm in his chest. I won't run. Not from you. Not from anyone. I have to face this, all of it. Temari's hand brushed against his arm again, grounding him. Then let's make sure the next storm is manageable. Together, the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows over the forest edge. Naruto looked at the three women around him, Sakura, Ino, Temari, and felt the full weight of the love, rivalry, and trust they all placed in him. This mission was over, but the real challenge, the challenge of hearts, honesty, and choices, was just beginning. And Naruto Uzumaki, messy, chaotic, determined, and in love, was ready to face it. 9:20 seconds, 4:13 p.m., Vivavit, the village had quieted down after the earlier mission, but the storm inside Naruto's heart showed no signs of letting up. He sat at the edge of a cliff overlooking Konoha, the wind tugging at his hair and the last rays of sun painting the horizon in fiery hues. Temari stood beside him, her fan folded neatly at her side. "Naruto, you've got to decide soon," she said, voice soft yet firm. "Not just for the missions, but for all of us. You can't keep going like this. Balancing emotions in battle is one thing, but in life, you need clarity." Naruto exhaled, rubbing his face. "I know, it's not easy. I care about all of you. I love all of you. But how do I choose without hurting anyone?" Temari's eyes softened. "You don't, but you can be honest, and that's the first step." Before Naruto could reply, a rustling from the path below caught their attention. Sakura appeared, her hair glinting in the fading sunlight. Her eyes blazed with frustration and determination. "Naruto, we need to talk. Now." Ino followed, stride firm, chakra lightly flaring in her hands. "Yeah, enough hiding in quiet corners. We deserve answers." Naruto's chest tightened. He could feel the tension radiating from him, thick as smoke. Every glance from Sakura was a challenge, every smoldering look from Ino demanded recognition. And Temari, she was steady, calm, but her presence reminded him he could no longer avoid reality. "Please," Naruto said, hands raised, "I don't want to fight. You don't get it," Sakura snapped, stepping closer. "Every second you hesitate, it's like stabbing us with your indecision. Do you even know how that feels?" Ino's voice joined in, sharp and unwavering. "Yeah, stop pretending like you can have all of us without consequences." Quote. Temari stepped forward, placing a hand on Naruto's shoulder. "Enough, this isn't a contest between us. It's him facing his heart. Give him the chance to speak." Naruto's gaze shifted between them, heart hammering. He felt pulled in every direction, a tug-of-war of emotions threatening to tear him apart. But the honesty in Temari's eyes, the raw emotion in Sakura's, and the fierce loyalty in Ino's gave him courage. I care about all of you," he began, voice trembling slightly. I love all of you. And I don't know who to choose yet." Sakura's green eyes widened, tears forming. Ino's jaw clenched, though a flicker of understanding passed through her gaze. Temari's hand squeezed his shoulder. "I can't promise all the answers yet," Naruto continued, "but I promise, I won't run anymore. Not from my feelings. Not from you." The sun dipped lower, shadows lengthening across the cliff. The wind howled around them, carrying with it the weight of unspoken emotions. Naruto's chest ached, not from exhaustion, but from the intensity of hearts around him. Suddenly, a loud explosion echoed from the nearby forest. Smoke rose, and Naruto's instincts kicked in immediately. "Bandits! Everyone, move!" The four of them leapt into action. Naruto spun, raising gun in hand, deflecting projectiles. Temari's fan cut through the trees with wind-enhanced precision. Sakura's fist struck enemies with deadly efficiency. Ino's chakra threads ensnared multiple bandits at once, controlling the battlefield. Even amidst chaos, the tension simmered. Naruto's gaze occasionally flicked to Sakura and Ino. Every glance, every brush of hands, every protective move was layered with emotion. Sakura's attacks were fierce, almost personal. Ino's precision was competitive, challenging Temari's dominance. Temari remained the calm anchor, yet her eyes communicated unspoken challenges. During a brief pause in battle, Naruto found himself defending Temari from a sudden strike. Their eyes locked mid-fight, a moment of undeniable connection. He felt his chest tighten, not from combat, but from what he felt for her. Nearby, Sakura and Ino noticed. Their expressions shifted. Sakura's eyes glimmered with jealousy, Ino's hands clenched. Both of them understood the unspoken exchange, and their emotions flared like wildfire. The battle raged on, each bandit falling under the combined might of the four shinobi. Naruto's heart pounded, not just from exertion, but from the whirlwind of emotions surrounding him. Every strike, every shared glance carried meaning beyond the mission. Finally, the last bandit fled, disappearing into the forest shadows. The four shinobi stood amidst the aftermath, breathing heavily, dirt and sweat covering them, faces flushed from exertion and emotion. "Everyone okay?" Naruto asked, voice strained but steady. Temari's eyes met his. "I'm fine. But, the real storm is just beginning." Sakura wiped her tears, voice soft yet firm. "Yeah, and this storm isn't just about enemies. It's about you, Naruto." Ino's gaze softened slightly, though still fiery. "Exactly. No more running. You can't avoid this." Naruto exhaled deeply. I won't run. Not anymore. I'll face this, all of it. Together." Temari's hand brushed his arm lightly, grounding him. "Then let's make sure the next storm is one we can survive." Together. The sky darkened as night fell, the village below bathed in moonlight. 4 hearts beat in chaos, love, rivalry, loyalty, and longing intertwined. Naruto Uzumaki, messy, chaotic, determined, and deeply in love, knew that the hardest battles were not fought with strength or skill, but with honesty, courage, and the willingness to face his own heart. And the storm of love, jealousy, and destiny had only just begun. 9:20, 4:14 p.m., Vivavit, night had fully settled over Konoha. The village was quiet, lights flickering from windows as families slept. But on the cliff overlooking the village, Naruto, Sakura, Ino, and Temari stood tense, the aftermath of the day's mission and the storm of emotions heavy in the air. Naruto's chest heaved. He had faced countless threats in his life, rogues, assassins, giant beasts, but nothing had tested him like the hearts weren't conquered with strength or strategy, they demanded courage, honesty, and sacrifice. Temari stepped closer first, her hand brushing against his arm. "Naruto, you need to speak. Not to me, not to them, but to yourself first." Quote. Naruto closed his eyes, exhaling slowly. I've tried to avoid this. I thought I could handle my feelings alone. But, I can't. I need to be honest, all of you deserve that." Sakura stepped forward, tears glimmering in her green eyes. "Then say it, Naruto. Don't hold back. Don't hide behind words." Ino's expression softened slightly, though her gaze remained intense. "Yeah, we're not weak, but we're tired of guessing what's in your heart." Quote. Naruto opened his eyes. His gaze flicked to each of them in turn, Temari, calm and strong, Sakura, fierce yet vulnerable, Ino, loyal and fiery. He felt the tug in his chest from each of them, the weight of their love, their expectations, their trust. I love all of you," Naruto said, voice trembling but firm. I can't choose who I care for more, because each of you means something I can't put into words. Temari, you've shown me strength and clarity I never understood before. Sakura, your fire, your passion, it makes me want to be better. Ino, your loyalty, your courage, it keeps me grounded. I don't want to hurt any of you, but I can't lie anymore." A silence followed, thick with emotion. The wind rustled around them, carrying the weight of his words across the cliff. Sakura's lips trembled as tears streamed down her face. "Naruto, you really mean it?" Ino's blue eyes glimmered with unshed tears, jaw tight, voice softening. "You're really being honest?" Temari's hand lingered on his arm. "It's about time. That's all I ever wanted, honesty." Naruto nodded, heart pounding. "Yes, honesty. I want to face this. With all of you. Together. Even if it's messy. Even if it's complicated. I'm ready." Sakura stepped closer, brushing against his shoulder. "Then we'll figure this out. Together." Ino's fists unclenched, and a small, almost imperceptible smile formed. "Yeah, together. But you better not falter, Naruto Uzumaki." Temari smirked faintly, as if approving of both his words and resolve. "Good. Then the next steps are yours to navigate. The mission, the hearts, all of it." Quote. Before Naruto could respond, a sudden alarm sounded in the village. Another bandit raid, this time on the outskirts of Konoha. Naruto's eyes sharpened. Looks like the mission isn't over yet. Temari, Sakura, and Ino immediately readied themselves. The emotional storm had not dulled their fighting prowess, if anything, it had sharpened it. As they moved toward the threat, Naruto realized something profound: the real battle wasn't just about defeating enemies. It was about protecting the people he cared about, being honest with his heart, and embracing the chaos of love and responsibility. Every glance, every step, every strike in the upcoming fight would be layered with emotion. And for the first time, Naruto felt truly ready, not just as a shinobi, but as a person navigating the complexities of love, loyalty, and life itself. The moon rose high above Konoha, casting silver light over the village. Below, the four of them ran toward the looming threat, hearts racing, emotions tangled, and courage blazing. Because for Naruto Uzumaki, the real storms were not fought with fists alone, they were fought with honesty, bravery, and love. And the storm of hearts, jealousy, passion, and duty was only just beginning. 9:20 seconds, 4:15 p.m., Vivavat, the sun rose over Konoha, painting the village in hues of gold and amber. Naruto stood atop the Hokage monument, gazing at the streets below, his mind in turmoil. The last few days had been chaotic, not just missions, but emotions, confessions, and confrontations. The storm of hearts he had stepped into was growing ever more intense. Temari joined him silently, her fan tucked at her side. "You can't keep avoiding it," she said, voice calm but commanding. "The longer you wait, the more complicated it becomes." Naruto ran a hand through his hair. "I know, I don't want to hurt anyone. Not Sakura, not Ino, not you. I care about all of you. I love all of you. But how do I balance it?" Temari's gaze softened slightly. "By being honest, by making decisions, and by facing the consequences. Hearts aren't like missions, you can't plan everything perfectly. Sometimes, you just have to leap." Before Naruto could respond, Sakura's voice echoed from below. "Naruto, come down here, now." Ino's laugh followed, teasing yet sharp. "Yeah, don't even think about hiding. We're not letting you off the hook this time." Naruto exhaled, a mixture of dread and anticipation. He descended carefully, meeting him at the base of the monument. Sakura's green eyes blazed with determination, Ino's blue gaze was fiery, and Temari's teal eyes observed him with calm authority. "All right," Naruto said, trying to steady his voice. "I know you're all frustrated, and you have every right to be. But I need you to listen. I love all of you. I can't choose yet, not without hurting someone, and that's the last thing I want to do. But I'm not going to run anymore. I'll face this, all of it, with all of you." Quote, Sakura's lips trembled, but her eyes softened. "Naruto, we don't need answers immediately. But we need honesty, and you've given us that. Don't hide your feelings anymore." Ino's hands relaxed, her shoulders easing. "Yeah, honesty. That's a start. But you better be ready for the consequences." Temari smirked faintly. "Good. Then the next step is living with your choices, your actions, not just words." The moment was interrupted by an urgent call from the village, reports of bandits moving toward the eastern bow. "Rhoda." Naruto's eyes sharpened. "Looks like our next mission isn't waiting." The four of them moved swiftly, the tension of hearts intertwined with the urgency of duty. Naruto glanced at each of them, Sakura's determination, Ino's loyalty, Temari's calm confidence, and felt the storm of emotion surge. The eastern forest was dense, shadows stretching between the trees. Naruto's senses heightened. "Spread out, but stay within sight of each other," he instructed, voice firm. Temari nodded, launching her fan and slicing through the underbrush with wind-enhanced precision. Sakura moved forward, fists ready, every movement sharp and precise. Ino manipulated chakra threads, controlling the battlefield. Naruto coordinated their attacks, spinning Rasengan and intercepting strikes with seamless efficiency. Even in battle, the tension simmered. Every glance carried unspoken meaning. Sakura's attacks were fierce, almost challenging him. Ino's precision was competitive, testing his attention. Temari's calm movements reminded him of the promise they had made: honesty, trust, and courage. A sudden ambush forced Naruto to defend Sakura from a heavy blow. Their eyes met mid-fight, and for a heartbeat, the world slowed. Nearby, Ino's fists clenched, jealousy igniting. Temari's eyes narrowed slightly, aware of the unspoken bond in that moment. The fight continued, adrenaline and emotion intertwined. Each bandit fell under their combined might, but the real battle, the battle of hearts, raged alongside it. Naruto felt torn between duty and desire, loyalty and love, action and honesty. Finally, the last bandit fled into the shadows. The four shinobi stood among broken branches and scattered leaves, breathing heavily, faces flushed from exertion and emotion. Naruto exhaled deeply. We survived. Together. Temari stepped closer, hand brushing his arm lightly. But the real storm isn't over. The hearts, the emotions, the consequences. That's the real challenge. Sakura wiped sweat and tears from her brow. Yeah, and it's only going to get harder, Naruto. You've opened the floodgates. Ino's gaze softened slightly, though still fierce. Exactly. No more hiding. You can't ignore this anymore. Naruto nodded, chest tight but determined. I won't run. Not anymore. I'll face it, all of it. Together. As night fell, the village below glimmered under the moonlight. Four hearts beat in chaos, love, rivalry, loyalty, longing, and courage intertwined. Naruto Uzumaki, messy, chaotic, determined, and deeply in love, realized that the hardest battles weren't fought with fists or jutsu, they were fought with honesty, bravery, and the willingness to face one's own heart. And the storm of hearts, jealousy, passion, and duty had only just begun. 9:20, 4:16 p.m., Vivavit, the village of Konoha lay quiet under the silver glow of the moon. Naruto stood atop the Hokage monument, gazing down at the streets below. The last few weeks had been a whirlwind, missions, ambushes, confessions, and confrontations. But tonight, the chaos felt different. It wasn't just the battles or enemies, it was the storm of hearts, now reaching its climax. Temari stepped beside him, her teal eyes calm but piercing. This is it, Naruto. No more running. No more hiding. You need to face it, fully. Naruto's chest heaved. I know, I've been scared of hurting any of you. But I can't avoid this anymore. I need to be honest with myself, with all of you, and finally face the consequences. Sakura, Ino, and Temari had gathered at the village square. Each of them bore the marks of recent missions, bruises, sweat, but their eyes shone with determination and longing. Naruto